This video is powered by the pros at Pascal Air Plumbing and Electric. Arkansas owned, Arkansas operated. GoPascal.com.
Back halftime, myself, C Unit, Clay Henry with us. And right now we're going to go to our high school aficionado. I don't know what his title is, but he's the man, Nate Olson. Talk a little high school football. What's up, Nate?
I'll take high school football aficionado. My proper title is regional editor for SB Live. We'll just go high school football aficionado. That sounds better.
I like it.
I was going to throw out this is Clay, Nate. I was going to throw out connoisseur.
That'll work. Yeah.
Because I think
how's the fish going? You catching some fish up there?
It's been good. Yep. Fall is always a great time. I think the Browns are starting to move. Everybody's kind of pumped up. You get a chance to get a big brown trout. So it's good.
I get real jealous of your Facebook post when I see those fish. We went for the first time a couple of years ago during the pandemic up on the Red River up there. We're looking forward to going again. My boys and I, my wife, we caught a bunch of fish right away, so it was fun. So yeah.
How old are your boys?
I'm jealous.
How old are your boys?
They're 14 and 12.
Well, you need to bring them to Norfolk because we've got Dry Run Creek, which is boys only. You have to be 15 or under. I'll take them down there. They can actually see them and they can catch them. I promise.
Oh, that's fun. Yeah, they would love that. Yeah, yep. We'll put it on the calendar. We'll get a hold of you. But look, I'm happy for you that you're being able to do that, and I like seeing the posts. So
I got tired of just chasing around those football games, traveling. Gainesville, Athens, all that stuff got to me.
Yep. No, I understand. Congratulations.
Yep. Let me ask the first question.
Football.
Yeah, I got the first question. Okay. Drake Lindsey, and he keeps piling up touchdowns. I mean, the other day he had 7, and I know it looks like Minnesota is, his destination. How good is he? And I mean, who would you compare him to, through history? People that say haven't seen him. What's he like?
That's a good question. Well, I'll start off by telling you that he's very, very good. And, a guy that I think is very good at evaluating quarterbacks. He evaluated the guy that's on the air with you. Houston Nutt loves him. He saw him play a few weeks ago. When I hear guys that are Division I coaches or former coaches like him gush over him, then I know that my, amateur analysis is right on target. And we've liked him for a while. And the question I keep getting, this year is, why didn't Arkansas offer him and all that? There's so many reasons, and you probably know some of those, that when you're recruiting guys, there's different needs you have, things you're looking at, and other. I don't know who he was, all compared with. Like who did they look at? You brought Criswell in, and there's many things to consider on why they didn't recruit him. But I'll just say he is very good. We were just talking about quarterbacks today. Kyle Sutherland, our main contributor, and I, he's right now. I mean, we do an all-state list. I mean, he's a prime candidate to be number 1 again with what he's done. And I don't know a comparison. I mean, I think he's very favorable to like a guy like Mitch Mustaine, kind of. I mean,
what are his measurables? How tall is he? How much does he weigh?
I think he's about 6'3" and around 195 or something like that.
Yeah, that's about right.
He's a good-sized kid, and he's very athletic. He's thrown like 40 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. That's what stuck out to Nutt. Is that he is so prolific. He's not making any mistakes. I feel like at this point, Minnesota probably is getting the steal. I mean, I think he's worked himself into where if he opened up his recruitment, he would have other offers. But PJ Fleck over the summer was taking some heat for some things off the field stuff. And there were some people that were, not really in his camp at that point. And he weathered that storm. But Lindsey was right away said, I'm fully committed. I'm staying, and I feel like if he was committed during that time when there was kind of a storm of controversy, he's committed forever. I mean, I don't know what it would take for him to not be, but I think he likes it that Minnesota was on him immediately. And kudos to the Gophers. I mean, they saw something that maybe some of the other, coaches didn't, but he has really, I mean, he's had 2 good years in a row, and now with a chance to go to a state championship game. We really feel like, and he can really show in the playoffs how good he is. We already know that to an extent, but playoff time is when you really make your money, I think, and he can show the whole state that he's really big time.
You know, you said Mustang. You know, he probably didn't quite have the arm strength of like a Mallet, but like a Tyler Wilson, kind of that kind of arm strength. Mustang would be similar.
Tyler Wilson, very similar. And and let's be clear, I'm not trying to compare him and say he's exactly like Mustaine, but if you're kind of looking at the style and stuff, but probably Tyler Wilson is even a better comparison. But a guy who has good athletic ability, he does have a strong arm, and a guy above all else is going to make wonderful decisions for you.
And big frame, got that big frame.
Turn the football, but more than a game in. I mean, he threw 7 touchdowns last week, and Jason DeLamar, he's going to play Arkansas baseball. He's become kind of his go-to receiver, but he's got several weapons, and I think he does a good job of being able to check down. The team that I would love to see him play is Bryant, because that defense is nasty, and they can get a pass rush on him, and they've got cover corners. I mean, they have a cornerback that was a Division I caliber guy that was lost for the year, and they lost T.J. Lindsey, who transferred to IMG, 4-star DN. And we were talking about that this morning. I mean, they are nasty without those two guys. I mean, if you put those two guys on there, I mean, they're even better. So I would love to see him go against them, because I think that's the best defense. And if he was able to beat them and carve them up, or be effective, that would really prove that he is very, very good. Because I don't think he's played a terrific defense yet. I mean, he's played some decent defenses, but that's the best defense around, and that would be a really cool thing to see them match up.
And it's not a slight to say somebody doesn't have the Ryan Mallett arm, because Ryan Mallett, Joe Ferg, Tavares Jackson, those are just kind of some of the best arms to come through up there at the university.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Nate, who do you like tonight? Where are we going tonight? Playoffs get underway tonight?
Yeah, they do. I was going to kind of just go through some of the brackets here, with what we had time with, but kind of with 7A hitting some of the coverage area places. One game that we're keeping an eye on, a lot of teams on bias tonight, but Southside at Jonesboro, I feel like, Southside's the 5th seed, could have been a 3 seed possibly with an upset and a win over Bentonville West. They lost by 3 to them. They were within 2 touchdowns of Bentonville and Fayetteville. I think it's a tough task for Jonesboro, but they've won like 4 of the last 5 games. So they're pretty hot right now. They played, some of the lesser teams of the Central on the back end, but that's a game to watch. And, that winner would go to Fayetteville. Rogers is playing North Little Rock tonight, and Cabot is playing Harbor. Harbor's put up a lot of points. They've struggled in the win-loss column, but they're scary to me if you're a Cabot fan, just because they can put up a bunch of points. But Cabot's strength has been their defense, so expect them to win. That sets up a showdown next week. It's a rematch of a playoff game from a few years ago. Cabot at Bentonville. Cabot could beat them. They have good defense. Their offense still is sputtering a little bit. They've got a brand new quarterback, or a new quarterback and a running back named Keegan Vest, but he keeps getting better. So that would be a very interesting game if that happens, next week.
Nate, give me a team that should be on upset alert anywhere in the playoffs tonight.
Upset alert. One is Mills got upset by Valonia. Last week they were 2-7 going into that game, and they beat Mills. Mills is a talented team. Charlie Collins from going to Arkansas. We think his cousin decommitted. Courtney Crutchlow. I think Charlie's still committed, but they've got a lot of talent, but they lost last week. They play a win team who is coached by Clay Toddy and, is at Rising for years. They barely have enough they've got 30 guys in a 5A school because of the tornado, but I would think that Mills would be woken up a little bit after losing last week, but if they don't come ready to play, Wynn has been kind of on a mission after that tornado, and they've played got a number 3 seed So that's a possible one right there. If Mills, is napping again, they've got to make sure that they're ready to play. Another one could be, El Dorado plays Pulaski Academy. This is not one I would pick, but PA, hasn't been as dominant as usual. They're pretty good at home, but El Dorado is playing better. They're 16, but playing better. They've got a coach, Chris Hill, who's been around a long time. He's won some playoff games, and they only beat Lake Hamilton last week, 21-17. So that's another one that you would think PA would win, but they're not playing great. It could be El Dorado could give them a game.
Nate, we have a on the fan feedback line. We got a question for you. Boonville versus Drew Central. Now, is that what is that? 2A ball?
3A.
3A. Okay.
That's a 3A. Yeah, I'm glad we brought that up. Boonville, to me, they were in the state title game last year. I feel like that they could be there again. I was looking at their road today. I was looking at them in Charleston. In 3A, they played last year for the title. I think tonight Boonville rolls. Next week, either Osceola or Falk. I think they take either on those games, and it sets up a showdown in the semifinals with Harmony Grove, Ouachita County. That was formerly Harmony Grove, Camden Harmony Grove. They're Harmony Grove, Ouachita County now, as they want to be referred to. But they have been good all year long. They have a great quarterback. That would be a good game in the semis. I think Boonville cruises through there. I probably would pick them even that having to go to the Ouachita County just because of their tradition and the fact that they were there last year. I mean, they've been my pick to win it since the beginning. So that's a challenging draw to go down there Thanksgiving weekend. I guess that would be the quarterfinals, but I think they could do it. And, looking at Charleston, also an area team in the 3A, they've got a center point team. They play Barton. I'm sorry. It's Mansfield that has a center point. So they should win tonight. And Bismarck or Hackett, they've got a pretty good road, too, to get to at least the quarters. They've been a good team most of the year, trying to get some guys healthy. Reese Mareshka, the two-way guy, DB and wide receiver, and getting some of the younger guys more experience. But both of those teams have a chance. I think Boonville has a good chance to get back to Little Rock.
Yeah, man, there was a Mariska stud that played back when I played that Van Buren. I wondered if they're kind of related there in that lineage. All right, Nate, give me one more before we let you go.
One more game tonight?
Yeah, one more game to check out.
Okay, let's see. Let's do that the Charleston game, because I think that could be pretty good with Barton. If you, in the area, I mean it's a 2 and a 4. Charleston should win, but that could be entertaining. Oh, hey, and one other one. I'm sorry, I forgot this one. Shiloh. This is a game you should definitely go to. Shiloh Christian and Hot Springs, and Shiloh's like 53-3 at home in playoff games. They haven't lost since 18. Hot Springs is really good. Matt Contreras threw for 8 touchdowns in a game last year. I think that's the best game in the whole Northwest Arkansas River Valley. I think Shiloh wins it, but Hot Springs gives them a run for their money, and Shiloh trying to get to the state championship as a number 2 seed and play Parkview again. They win tonight. I think they've got a good chance. And
Shiloh has the old Stillwater coach, right? Wasn't he at Stillwater last year? I went and watched that Greenwood-Stillwater game. Yeah, okay.
Won a championship there last year and is going to try to get back there this year. I will just say, though, 5A with Parkview. It's the Parkview Invitational. And they won 35-0 last night over a good Alma team. Alma lost and then dropped to a 4 seed. Could have been a conference champion. Very good team. Parkview had no problems. I think they win every game by 2 touchdowns or more, Matt.
BetOnline remains your number one source for all your sports betting this season. Everything from the NFL and bowl season to esports. You'll find the latest odds, team matchup info, player news, and game trends at BetOnline. BetOnline features live betting, free contests, and live scores for almost any sport or game imaginable. We're the fastest and easiest way to bet on all your favorite leagues and events. Head to betonline.ag to join and receive a 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Make sure to use the promo code BELIEVE to receive your rewards. That's BLEAV. Bet online, where the game starts.